Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing so well today. I feel like this past week has kind of been a blur. Like it was my birthday, it was the 4th of July, and all the days kind of like jumbled into each other. And in the middle of all that, I started the living room makeover. So in case you didn't notice, we do have a new backdrop. I am absolutely in love with how this came out. Like wall treatments and paint colors definitely set the tone, but how you style it makes a world of a difference and just ties everything together. And obviously I have to DIY some decor pieces. So today we are heading to Ikea. You guys know that I am an Ikea lover. I basically just treat Ikea as a blank store. Like all their pieces are just so ready to be DIY'd. So if I have an idea for a project, I usually check there first to see if any of their items will work for it. I want to show how I put my spend on these pieces. So we're going to hack them. We're also probably going to do a little bit of shopping. I will be using these and styling these for the final reveal, which by the way, I want to give you guys a quick update on how it's looking right now. Quick little pan of the living room. And we still have the blankets on the couch because I don't know what to do yet. You guys give me some good recommendations like using a slip cover or just washing the cushions every week. So I haven't decided what I want to do yet. So we're gonna leave her alone. I've been journaling a lot more in this space. So it's nice just to sit on the couch and like write down my thoughts in my little notebook over there. And nowadays you can find lots of dog toys all over the floor. So they're kind of everywhere. And then Brian put up this little playpen. He does not need like another space to play in. I feel like he has like 5 different spots that he can hang out in now, but this has kind of been just sitting here and we've just been putting it like room to room to keep an eye on Tater. So this has been super handy, but not gonna permanently be in the living room. Also, I wanted to address this because some of you guys were like, why don't you just wallpaper over these outlets? This is not gonna stay like this. Like this is a total eyesore and really bothers me. So obviously we're going to mount the TV, so it's going to cover it. And then I'm also gonna build a TV frame. That's gonna be in the next video for the final reveal. And let me know what you think I should do for the TV frame because I'm trying to figure out what stain color I actually want to do. I don't think I should stain it like the same exact color as the trim currently. Should we go lighter or darker with the stain color? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm going to be making that next because I miss having a frame around my TV. I actually broke the previous one during our move. I literally tripped over it and just like broke the whole thing. So I'm devastated by it, but I'm also really excited to make a new one that is even better. So just the process because this is definitely going to be covered. So I've been seeing people use this doll bed. This is in the kids section at Ikea and they use it for their pets. And I think that is such a cute idea, especially since this is wood. So I can DIY it, make it look super cute, put Tater's name on here. I feel like I have to make it happen. So I'm gonna grab it and then maybe I'll make it for the living room. Okay, so I went in and out of Ikea in like an hour, which is really good. And now I'm gonna head to the fabric store. If you're local to Orange County, you guys have to check it out because they have so many amazing fabrics and patterns. I'm looking for a pattern that's a little bit more bold. I feel like the living room definitely needs it. And hopefully we find something. It's kind of a maze in there, so we'll see what we get. We're back from Ikea and the fabric store. I have everything that I need. I'm actually gonna start with this ottoman that I picked up. Brian looked at this and he was like, why is it so small? Is it really flat? And I was like, it's literally not even assembled. It's in a box. As you guys saw, we have a bunch of toys everywhere and I have been tripping on them because I'm very clumsy. We don't really have like an aesthetic way to store them. So when I saw this ottoman, I was like, I need to get this and DIY it. It was only $13, which is honestly kind of crazy. It came in a couple different colors, but this was the only one that was in stock. So let's unbox her and assemble her. Ooh, wait a minute. Maybe it's better this way. So as is, it is totally fine. It is a little bit more on the smaller side. Let me give it a sit test. Okay, not bad. This is mainly going to be used for storage, but it is nice to have an extra seating option. So I do want to add a little bit more batting on top so that's a little bit more comfortable. I also want to add some height, so we're going to put some cute little feet on the bottom. And as you saw, I went to the fabric store and got two different options. I am still up in the air because I love them so much, but they're so different. This first one is almost like a gingham. I love the color combo. I love the little details right here. I think it is super unique. It almost looks vintage, but also modern at the same time. So I feel like this would be such a nice option. And then this second one is not a fabric. Like, this is a tapestry, you guys. Look at the detail here. I love the colors in this. I love the design, and there's just like so much detail in this. This is literally a piece of art, and I feel like whatever you put this on, it's just gonna look so much more elevated. Which one do I do? Is that a bug? It's a bug! Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? I'm so sorry, little guy. Let's try out these fabrics. Ooh. And then we'll try this option. It has to be done. And seeing this with the rest of the living room, I feel like this is the winner. My coffee is almost ready. I honestly could just stand here and just watch it trickle down and drip literally for like 10 minutes. I always like to have some type of pick-me-up in the middle of a project, whether that is a drink or like a little snack. So this is gonna be today's treat. I'm almost done with my bag of coffee. This is from Trade, who is actually sponsoring today's video. And I already got new beans in for this month. Look at this packaging. How cool is this? So if you haven't heard of Trade, they are the #1 coffee destination in the US for personalized home coffee discovery. If you go on their site, you'll see that they have over 55 of the top roasters in the US, which you are not really gonna find anywhere else. All of the coffee is roast to order, so you're getting it at peak freshness and it gets delivered right to your door. So if you're like me and you don't really know where to start, they do have a quiz that you could take and just put in your coffee preferences, like the taste, the method that you like to use. For me personally, I like a sweet coffee and I definitely need some sort of milk or cream in there. So that's why I really like making a Vietnamese style coffee. It just is like the perfect cup of coffee every single time. Okay, this is ready now, so let's give her a quick mix. Oh yeah. Yep, that is perfect. I feel like I've perfected it. I just really love having a coffee ritual and playing cafe at home because I've been drinking coffee since like college, and I've learned that coffee does not need to be boring. I grew up in a household where whatever coffee we had, we drank. But with Trade, I have so many options and each one is different, and I love supporting roasters that just truly care about their craft. If you want to check out Trade for yourself, they gave me a discount code for 30% off of your first subscription, so make sure to check it out. And if you need a coffee recommendation, definitely check this one out from Drink Coffee Do Stuff. This is the El Salvador Santa Ana Volcano Roast. It is so good, especially if you like a sweeter and more chocolatey coffee. I definitely recommend this one. Thank you again, Trade. Now let's get back into the project. Cheers! So I know I've been on my sewing journey lately, but I cannot lie. I'm a ride or die hot glue gun girl. A hot glue gun can solve anything, and I think this may be my first time upholstering anything this way. And for a piece like this, that's not really like a main seat, you can definitely get away with it. And it's funny because there are times where I will choose to do the easy way, like for this project. Like, I can meticulously work on one tiny detail that probably only I will notice for hours on end. But if you ask me to go saw a piece of wood or sew something to the exact measurement, that is where you lose me and when I start to kind of dread a project. Luckily with this piece, I didn't have to measure too much. I was able to just wrap it around, tuck in all the edges, and now it looks like I spent a fortune on it. Where we started versus where we are at. This is giving me like grandma vibes in the best way possible. Like, look at all of this texture, and I'm gonna try to hold this up against the wallpaper with one hand. Like, are you seeing the vision? This just goes together so well. Okay, now let's work on the top. For the lid though, I am gonna use my staple gun. I feel like that would be a lot more secure, especially since this is already upholstered. I'm gonna start on one end, and I just realized that there are 6 different corners here, so I have to make sure that I go very slowly, get all my edges nice and neat so this looks super seamless.
Let's go.
So every spring and summer, I tell myself that I'm gonna buy more flowers to display around the house. And this year, I've only bought myself flowers like one time. And I think it's because I can't justify buying like a full bouquet every single week. So I thought to myself, what if I could find a way just to display a couple of stems at a time? So that is what this Ikea hack is gonna be for. I've been seeing this idea of using candle holders for flowers, and I just thought this would be perfect. I love the shape of it, and this is actually heavier than I thought it would be. So this is definitely going to be fine if you put flowers in here. It's not going to tip over. The chrome on here is also really nice, but I want to turn it into something a little bit cuter. So we're gonna, of course, change it up a little bit, or actually a lot of it, because it is not gonna look like this when we're done. So how are we gonna get this done? My first thought is to use some air dry clay. So I'm going to roll some out, add some on here, and see what happens. It has been a couple of days. I let this dry out super slowly, and there are teeny tiny cracks here and there, but honestly, I'm not worried about them because we're just gonna paint right over those and no one will notice. Look at how cute the flowers came out though. I'm so excited to paint this. I have a couple of like inspo photos that I'm kind of just like bringing together for this project. This top part, I actually didn't put any clay onto it because I'm just gonna paint it super thick so that it'll match the base. This is looking like super handmade. You probably cannot tell that I got this from Ikea. I decided to go with green and blue for this project. Those have kind of been my colors for summer lately. I have a couple of hints of it in the living room already, so this is just gonna help tie it in even more. I heard somewhere that flowers are not meant to last forever. Their fleeting beauty is what makes them so special, and it made me appreciate having flowers in my home, whether it was for a special occasion or just because. But I have to constantly remind myself of this because I don't know if it's just me, but my flowers always die in just like a few days. Even if I change out the water and the flower food every day, they still die on me. The good news is this new holder should make them last longer because we're just gonna have one stem in each of the tubes. So I'm crossing my fingers that this will work, and I will keep you guys updated on it. Not gonna lie, I was worried that the leaves were gonna like ruin the whole vibe of this, but I think it looks so good. Like, look at all the details here. I'm gonna do it all the way up on the stem, and I still have to do it on the back side here. Whenever I do these projects, I have like a rough idea of what I want to do, but I never really know how it's actually gonna turn out until I get the pen into the paint and onto the project. And really all I have to remind myself is that I need to go with the flow and trust the process, because in the end, it's gonna turn out good. It is kind of crazy how a couple of new items just make a space feel brand new. Like having a darker ottoman kind of makes me want to get a darker couch. TBD on that, but I feel like the living room is starting to come together. In the next video, we'll actually be finishing the living room space. So we're going to put up curtains, work on some DIYs, also do a little bit of shopping and get some new decor. So stay tuned for that and let me know in the comments, you guys, which project was your favorite from the two? Was it the ottoman or was it the candle holder / flower holder? If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe down below so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you want to see more from me, make sure to follow me over on Instagram where I post every single day. Okay, that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired and I will see you in the next one. Bye!